Mm. Yo, one time for the one time, you know what it is when the milkman slides. He gotta hit you with a good morning.
Good morning. I'm Just Bri.
Yo, one time for the one time, y'all know what it is. It's the only way to start your day the right way with Milk and Brie. With that being said, I've got to say, Brie, how you feeling this morning?
Yo, I am happy it's Friday. Like
Yeah,
weekend is
yeah.
here. What's up?
Let's go.
I tried to go to bed at 9:30 last night. And
Ooh,
then next thing you know, like I
what you
never
know?
went to sleep. I'm tossing and turning, tossing and turning, tossing and turning. And then next thing you know, my 11 o'clock alarm goes off. That's my medication reminder. Like in case I haven't
Okay.
taken my medication, that's my, hey, yo, take your medication.
Hey, you might want to handle some business, right?
Yeah. So I was like, I know it's not 11 o'clock. Like, what have I been doing?
Mm.
I finally went to sleep around midnight. So um but I slept good. So I'm actually pretty refreshed.
Let's
But going to
go.
bed early was a fail.
Well,
I tried.
y'all make sure y'all like and share this thing up.
I did
Tag a friend to
fold
tag a friend.
3 more
Say,
loads of laundry. Can you see it behind me?
oh. I mean, I don't know that you're ever going to be able to finish doing laundry at this point.
I mean, it's okay. Let me confess some things on the internet.
Oh, confessions. Just when I thought I said all I could say, I got laundry in the back.
So since COVID, I before COVID, I would regularly, go through the clothes after the season, and what could be like from Tristan that can be passed down to Liam, I would keep. But like not everything from Tristan can be passed down because Tristan is naturally very thin. You know what I mean? So his genes couldn't always be passed down back in the day because Liam was bigger than
than Tristan when Tristan
at
already,
that size. Right. So I would go through the clothes regularly. Good morning. And get rid of the stuff and donate it and
right,
yada yada.
All that good business.
Since COVID, since 2020, we've been bagging up the clothes, throwing them on the back porch. Bagging up the clothes, throwing them on the back porch. Bagging up the clothes, throwing them on the back porch. So in switching rooms, I decided to clean off the back porch. And there's about 20 bags of laundry that has accumulated over the last 5 years. And so I am washing because I could not donate clothes that's been sitting in a bag for 5 years. So I am washing and folding and separating all the clothes as to what needs to be donated where. Some people, I have younger siblings to donate clothes to. So some stuff is keepsake clothes, like old uniforms and stuff.
You created a whole project.
Oh, I have a project going. I have a project going.
You created a whole project. I mean, basically what you've got going on is like your own thrift store, basically.
Thrift store, yeah. So if anybody wants to come shop, I have clothes with tags on them. I literally have clothes with tags that never got worn. So much stuff. Old uniforms. I showed you my baby's kindergarten shirt.
if you or your children are in need of some clothes, DM Just Bri, and we will talk about.
I got an array of sizes.
Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about shipping. We'll see how we might be able to help you. But if you're in need,
a lot of boys size 8 through 14, 16. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gosh, no, I'm just kidding.
It's a lot of old Navy children's place, though. It's a lot of good stuff, honestly. Like I said, some of the stuff still got tags on it. I'm like, why didn't they ever wear this?
Can I be honest and transparent since we confessing on this morning?
What's up?
Okay, so I had some problems yesterday. All right, we know I'm on my this is officially 2 months into my healthy lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, I'm not in the studio. I'm live on location in Jackson, Tennessee. I'm down here with my family. We are gathering this weekend. We're trickling in as we speak to celebrate the life of my Aunt Cheryl. And as I stated and previously have stated, of course, this is not an ideal situation. However, we are going to come together and celebrate her life and send her off in style and all those good things because we love her and she is important to us. But part of coming back to Jackson is that we're gonna go around and we're gonna see some of mother's old friends and play aunties and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so last night we went over to Miss Helen's house, and Miss Helen is I'm not sure how old Miss Helen is. Miss Helen's got to be in her 80s, I would imagine. Miss Helen's got to be in her 80s. She lived next door to Mother in the projects over in Lincoln Court, and she was best friends with her daughter Deborah. And with all that being said, we went to go see her last night, and she had made a wonderful spread, fried chicken, made a whole ham, homemade potato salad, candied yam. When I say she cooked, she cooked. Okay, the green beans, when they be glistening because they got so much flavor on them, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, it was just a spread. Cornbread, homemade cake, all this stuff, right? And so I go into it going, I can't eat none of this stuff, right? Talking to my parents. I said, I can't eat none of this stuff, right? Well, the idea is that you've got to be, You got to be polite and respectful when you go over to folks' house.
Your mama said you better eat something.
So my pop said, Miss Helen, he said, Miss Helen, listen, he's trying to watch his weight and all this stuff. And she turned around, she said, don't look like you watching too much.
When I tell you I love old ladies from the South, Miss Helen sound like my grandmama, my big mama. Because if that ain't something she would have said, that's something my big mama would have said for real.
Don't look like you watching too much. So I got me a little piece of ham that was like just maybe like the corner of my hand, and then I got like 1 spoon of potato salad and 1 spoon of green beans, and that was it. And then I sat there and watched everybody else eat up all that food.
Oh gosh. I would have had to have a cheat day. I ain't gonna lie.
Mind you, those three bites tore my stomach up.
You know they did. You know they did when you've been eating clean for a minute and then you eat that first grease. Oh goodness.
Mind you, when she looked at the plate, she wasn't done. She came for a few more. She said, "That's all you gonna have? You ain't gonna make it through the night." You ain't gonna make it through the night.
Oh goodness.
Shout out Miss Helen. What a wonderful experience last night getting to see some old pictures and reminisce on some old stories. Quality good times. It also is the last day of February. This is episode 40 of Wake Up. Whoop, whoop. Can you believe it? We're 40 episodes in. Let's go.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be saying this when we're 100 episodes in, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And
then
it's
Friday.
Like literally, I don't know. I am proud of us. Me especially. Maybe not you so much. But me especially.
It requires both of us to hold each other accountable, okay? It requires both of us to hold each other accountable. It requires both of us not wanting to let the other one down.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it requires.
Because even when my stomach was tore up, I was like, oh God. Oh God.
That's what it requires.
Okay,
Good morning, y'all. I see y'all in the building, but I don't see any reactions going on. And I don't know if that's because my internet is slow or what's going on, but I think y'all can see me. Think y'all can see us. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like and a comment, maybe sharing, tag a friend, we greatly appreciate it. Before we get off up into Florida Man Friday, because that's what it is, I did want to briefly talk about what today is. Today is Friday. Today's the last day of the month. This also has been Black History Month, which we as a show have not given a lot of attention to, and I'm slightly disappointed in myself. However, we have all year to continue to highlight all of the great things the Black folks bring to this world.
I feel like I came in strong and then just fizzled out. Because at the beginning of the month, I was like, not in Black History Month. But then it fizzled out.
It fizzled out. But today is the last day of Black History Month. Today is the last day of February. And today has been coined the blackout. I know we've attempted these type of things in the past. But on today, we're encouraging the Black community not to spend a dime anywhere outside of minority-owned businesses so that the nation can see the impact of Black economy and Black influence in this country. And they can see truly what it would be like to miss our money since they act like we, ain't good enough to be spending it in the first place. Okay. How about that? How about that? Would you like to have some commentary on this?
Yeah, I was looking, certain people were asking people if they were going to participate today. And it just really, in some cases, showed like how little people value themselves or see the value in their own,
say that
actions.
Say that.
And but for the most part, I feel like that most people that I've seen are participating today. I know I am. I know my mother is. I'm pretty sure all my family is, because my
Yeah, our
mother
whole family
has
is.
made sure like
Our whole
everybody's
family,
aware
yep.
that everybody did their shopping yesterday,
We
got
did last
everything
night.
they need. I placed a grocery order and then forgot that or then Tristan went to go do a load of laundry and was like, we only got one game fling left. And I was like, dang.
Oh, don't
So
have
I
to
had
wait.
to,
Don't have to
nope.
wait.
I went to the store last night. I said,
Okay.
and again, when I say I use that term to my people,
Loosely,
I sent
so
Liam to the
loosely.
store.
Right, because I'm over here. You went to the store.
Sent Liam to the store so that I
Okay,
could continue
okay.
to wash clothes today, but not have to
That part.
purchase it today. So
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I'm in the house all day, and a lot of people like myself got their check today. So it's a little, but the bills, the rent technically ain't due till tomorrow anyway. So
Come
it
on
can
now.
get paid tomorrow. All the bills can wait
Tomorrow.
till tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah. Do you think that there is, because, and I didn't even think about this until we were having the conversation, but I feel like I need to address it. But do you feel like it's almost like a Black Friday scenario in reverse, in the sense that there probably was a huge economic boom yesterday? When I hear you went and did your shopping, I know we went and did our shopping. That can't be exclusive to us.
Some people were saying that I think it's gone the days before and then maybe the days after. But
Okay.
from what I'm reading, this is supposed to be the first step. We do one day,
Okay.
then we do 2 days, like just to show them
Okay.
like the impact of our dollars on, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it's like certain things that this is supposed to be the first step. So
Okay.
Hopefully, people get on board, and I mean, not just Black people. I mean, everybody needs to
If you
show
feel
our
disenfranchised,
current.
if you don't feel heard, if you don't feel like your money matters, if you don't feel like you matter, join the movement, okay?
Yeah,
Join the
this
movement.
is we need to let our current administration know that like what they're doing is not okay, and
Down with
to
Doge.
be to
And not the
to
coin.
yeah, it's just like, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
But
I
if
think that's where we're
you
going to leave it.
don't
Drop
want,
a comment, though. I'm curious if anybody who's watching now or who will be watching later, do you anticipate participating in the blackout? What are your thoughts about the idea of the blackout? I mean, it certainly is sad that we even have to consider the conversation. But this is where we are. This is where we are. Should we go ahead and get into Florida Man Friday?
indeed we shall.
Let's make it do what it do.
Okay. So I guess we'll start with the most tame one.
Okay. Tame. Okay.
Now, if I start reading a story and you're like, didn't we hear this already? Let me know, because I be going through these stories every week and I can't remember which ones we've said on here, which ones we haven't. I'm gonna have to go back and like listen to Friday's episodes and write down the headlines.
Don't make another list. Don't you make a list. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go back and take an inventory and make a list.
I mean, seriously. Or we should, as I previously thought of, maybe go around the USA, because I used to think that Florida was so crazy because, I lived in Florida twice. And so I used to think it was the heat. The sun was frying people's brains. But now I realize it's the drugs. And drugs are everywhere. So wherever drugs are, you're going to have crazy stories. I just seen a headline.
We could probably have some Oregon man stories.
I just seen a headline about a man and a woman going to jail because they are biological father and daughter, and they got married.
Whoa! And they both went to jail.
Yes, and it was in Indiana.
Did she know that she was his daughter?
Yes.
Oh.
They're knowing their mother or daughter and father, and they got married, and they went to jail. And that was in Indiana. And I was like,
Oh.
this would have been perfect to discuss tomorrow, but it's from Indiana.
I just knew you was going to say like Alabama or something.
Kentucky, Indiana. I said, whoa, whoa, you're making the Midwest look bad. But from the girls' picture, I feel like this was a drug decision. You know what I mean? From her picture, I'm going to say drugs were involved in this decision.
That was drug induced.
So, yeah. But anywho, because one of these stories for sure, I know I wanted to do it before, and I can't remember if we actually got to it or not. But anywho, this is the first.
Here we go.
Not my fault. The truck doesn't surf. Florida man arrested after driving his car into the ocean.
Was he trying to go for a swim and forgot to take off his truck?
Volusia County, Florida. A Florida man was arrested Tuesday morning after he drove through a closed beach and into the ocean in Volusia County. According to Volusia County Sheriff's Office, shortly before 9 a.m., deputies were called to the New Smyrna Beach after a vehicle drove around a closed gate and accessed the beach without paying the toll fee. The sheriff's office said the driver, Jason.
Do we know Jason?
Jason B, we'll call him.
Okay, brother Jason B.
I just got to tell you how this last name is spelled. Hold on.
Okay, go ahead.
Brzkiewicz.
Oh, that's just you know who that is. That's just the Charlene boy, Brzkiewicz.
Witz.
My bad, Witz.
It's in W-I-C-Z.
Brzkiewicz. My bad. No disrespect.
Jason told officials.
Probably why he drove in the ocean.
Told officials he wanted to drive on the beach. However, the deputy explained that the beach was closed because the tide was too high. Video showed Jason B driving his white pickup truck into the ocean. During his arrest, he can be heard telling deputies that he wanted to surf and it's not his fault that the truck don't surf.
I thought he wanted to drive on the beach. Now he wanted to surf.
Yeah, first he wanted to drive, and then I wanted to go surfing. And that's what. And it said that he was arrested and held on a $200 bond. But did they give him a sobriety test? Because we should play a game. Idea. We should play a game where we, after we read the story, we try to guess what drug caused this behavior. What caused this behavior?
So they had to snatch him out the ocean.
Yeah, his truck was.
So they had to. So like the Coast Guard or like the police had to.
No, the police. It was. He was still,
relatively close enough to the. His tires were still.
He was driving sideways, not like into the ocean, sideways.
Oh, so he was riding through the little splash that come up.
Yeah, but it was high tide, so the splash was coming up.
It was a big splash.
Yeah. Like they closed the beach because the tide was so high. So
look. Okay, I mean, it's starting to make a little more sense to me now because I just imagine he just went head in, just right on into the ocean.
Nah, he trying to.
Yeah. Why cousin ain't saying nothing about my arms not being out today? I'm mad I just looked up and saw my arms was covered and wondered that.
Okay.
That's a current Tennessee man story.
Florida man impersonates security to get into Taylor Swift concert.
Oh, this is a good idea right here.
Okay. Miami, Florida. A 44-year-old man was arrested Friday for impersonating a security guard to get in the Taylor Swift concert in Miami.
Okay.
Ivan Mariotti of Key Biscayne allegedly posed as security dressed in a blue suit with a gold badge over his neck at Hard Rock Stadium. He was reportedly near the floor and field area. The report said when an officer asked Mariotti why he was wearing a badge, he told them he was hired by 4 women to work as a security guard, telling officials he worked for multiple security companies. He then told the officer that he didn't have tickets, but he got in after escorting his 4 clients to their seats. The arrest report said the women told the officer their aunt confirmed to authorities that she had hired a driver for the concert, not a security guard, so they weren't sure why Mariotti had a badge. In the report, Mariotti's occupation is listed as an Uber driver. According to court records, Mariotti was arrested on charges of falsely impersonating an officer and interfering with an entertainment event. He is also being held on a warrant for immigration and has no bond.
See, I feel like they overcharging now. Because what did he do to interrupt that show? Taylor still sang her songs.
My question is,
know he was there, but security and them 4 women.
My question is, why? Like, okay, I have lots of questions actually.
Issues, like, you might not want to be breaking into concerts.
That's number one. That's number one.
Right.
Number 2, was he that big of a Taylor Swift fan that because he's 44? Because he's 44, so that's kind of weird. Number 3, as one of them 4 women, why is my Uber driver getting out and walking me to my, like, what are you, sir? Where are you going? What you doing?
I imagine he didn't. Could you peep your Uber driver going like, look, okay, so I think I want to go too. I think I'm going to go too.
But I have tried to encourage my kids to get jobs at the stadiums because I'm like, think of all the good concerts and stuff you could see.
Bro, you could just be working the shows.
I've tried to talk Layla into applying for United Center or the Chicago Theater. I'm like, you can see all the music, not all of them because they don't all play in the same theater, but you can see so many good shows for free.
Which is like enough of them.
Right. Soldier Field, like you could see Beyonce for free. You could have seen Taylor Swift for free. It's a lot of people play United Center and Soldier Field. And so that's why I tried to talk my kids into it, but they just don't listen.
It depends.
Well, they don't want to work.
What kind of job they get. Like if they're an URSA or if they security, then they might get a little better glimpse. But I remember as a teenager having to work the Cardinals games and some other events over in St. Louis. You cooking and handing out hot dogs and popcorn and sodas.
I mean, even at the concessions, you can hear it. You can say, I heard Beyonce live. Like, I sing all them songs.
I heard her. I was at the show, but I just heard her. I was in the back doing
I'm sure you can take a bathroom break and peek in for a second. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
They're
going to be arresting you. You interrupting the
No. I'm just going because I'm gonna make friends with the usher. Look, I'm gonna make friends with the usher. Do I need to give you a free let me get you a burger or a soda? Let me get you a pop while you standing here ushering people. You probably thirsty. Let me get you a pop while I just look right here.
Gonna let me in because I was gonna offer them a soda, so they weren't gonna let me in.
No, you need to give them a pop.
Yeah.
But just
poor northern friends.
Let me just take a little peek.
That's all. My northern friends. Poor my northern friends. One more before we go.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay.
She said I only had 2 ready.
No, I have 4 ready. Is what I had. But one of them, I literally can't remember if I did last time, so I'll do the other one.
Okay.
We may never talk. Did I talk about a woman stealing a ambulance? I feel like I did.
No, I don't recall this.
Oh, okay. Anywho,
let me hear about her.
You want to hear about her? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
Let's go to her. Okay. Tampa, Florida. A Fort Myers woman was accused of stealing an ambulance from a children's hospital and leading deputies on a chase Thursday morning.
Is it really a chase though? I don't know the ambulances go that fast. I mean, I know they're supposed to be emergency vehicles, but do they got some get up and go? Those are big trucks.
I mean, they are. I mean, I think they're supposed to have get up and go, right? Like if I'm having a heart attack in the back.
Look, all I'm saying is on Grand Theft Auto, they pretty slow. And it's hard.
If I'm having a heart attack, I need you to get up and go. What you mean?
I know that's right. Child, go. Put the pedal down. Come and pick me up in a sports car.
Ariel Marchanle Choir, age 30, was behind the wheel of the ambulance when it disappeared from Glaciano Children's Hospital, according to a social media post from Lee County Sheriff's Office.
I hope it wasn't a child in the back.
Deputies tracked Choir to a gas station before she fled in the ambulance, leading deputies on a short chase. This ambulance is all over the road and it's running red lights. It's going to end up killing someone. It's purposely, recklessly driving crazy. An audio clip released by the sheriff's office said. According to LCSO, Choir nearly flipped the ambulance over. She was accused of fleeing from deputies again after briefly pulling over, this time with the emergency lights on.
Nice. She finally hit the switches.
Yeah. Like, get up my way. Get up my way.
That's right. That's the move on over switch.
The sheriff's office helicopter continued to follow the ambulance until it stopped again. Deputies were able to box it in and take Choir into custody. She was charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle, leaving the scene of a crash, resisting officers, fleeing and eluding, and theft of emergency equipment. According to LCSO, her criminal history spans multiple states and includes battery, resisting, and vehicle theft charges. No one was hurt in the incident, so this ain't her first time.
Let me just ask you this question. Now, I imagine she was off it, but let's just imagine that she wasn't, okay? Now, I don't know that she had an emergency big enough to require an ambulance. But what do you think her motive was for taking it? Is this like, okay, let me just frame this a little bit. Is this like a juvenile trying to get across town that takes a bike out of somebody's yard just to get there fast?
I think it has to be. Like maybe she was waiting for a bus outside of the children's hospital and then looked over and seen it just running by, maybe they had just unloaded a child into the hospital and she's like, oh, here's a vehicle for me. Look at God.
Asking God to provide
like, look
me
at God.
Thank the Lord. I don't know. Or is it like you just don't have enough excitement in your life and you're like, you know what? Let me see if I can't go on a high speed chase in the ambulance today. Do you think that's like something that you like think of first thing in the morning? Like, what I'm going to do today?
Lights on, the people actually will get out my way. Let me try it. Let me try
it. I gotta find out. What type of nonsense is this? What type of nonsense is this? I don't know. I guess I just don't want that kind of excitement in my life. My life is exciting enough.
I think the only thing worse than stealing an ambulance would be, and I've heard of this happening.
Yeah.
Stealing a hearse.
Oh, with the body in the back. I've heard that.
With the body in the back. Yeah.
With the body in the back.
Stealing the hearse.
Because
people steal police cars all the time, which is crazy.
That's just a thing.
But you don't really hear about ambulances a lot or hearses. Like those, I think, are the worst too.
Yeah. Well, you would imagine that emergency vehicles will have some type of emergency shutoff system. However, I'm pretty sure they don't. And the fact that these new electric cars was driving round and round and round.
Right. And no, but honestly, this is, technology. This is something that they should be able to,
I mean, my uncle, now it was manual. I had to flip it myself. but my uncle had put a kill switch on my very first car to keep people from stealing it. And that's just a switch that kills all the power to the car, so that if you try to turn it, it ain't nothing gonna happen.
None, right?
And you hide that switch up in there so people don't know where it's at to cut it on.
Right.
And so
that's what happens when you grow up in the ghetto.
Hey man, they almost got that car a couple times. They
Hood Chronicles. You got to do what you got to do.
Hey man, they almost stole that car twice. That was my baby too. I can't.
Not the Milk Mobile.
If I could, the Milk Mobile. Yes, the 86 Chevy Caprice. You didn't know it had a kill switch on it.
You didn't have to activate that in Carbondale.
Not in Carbondale. In East St. Louis though. In East St. Louis, they about got my car about 3 times in 2 years. Oh, the rates was high.
Yeah.
And one of the times was during church.
That's almost like stealing the hearse, honestly.
That's almost like stealing the hearse without the body in the back.
Right. You're going to steal my car while I'm in church? The Lord got to get you for that one. That's why when the people stole my purse, right?
Yeah.
It was my boss at work, at my real job.
Yeah.
Because I used to call Family Dollar my fake job. So my real job, my boss, she had given me some holy water. She mailed it to me. She had went on a pilgrimage, and so she had this holy water. And when my dad went into the coma, she mailed me some of the holy water. And so I kept it in my purse. So when I would go to visit him, every time I went to visit him, I would put some on him, pray, all the things and whatnot. So it was still a little bit left, but it was still in my purse.
They stole the holy water.
And they stole the last of my holy water. And I was like, they going to hell. They going to hell.
You didn't pray for them?
Huh? Oh, no, they need to.
They ignorance is finna carry them straight to hell. They
stole my holy water.
They ain't gonna be
and it was the last little bit. And I was gonna put
it
on my mama, honestly, to help her with the healing after my, you know what I mean? And because I'm gonna be honest, that holy water, it may not have brought my dad back, but it did restore my mother's faith. And if that, so
you say if that's what it needed to do, then
that's what it needed to do. And
come on now. Amen.
But it did, they stole my holy water. Really
well, may God have mercy on their soul, and if not, don't pass go. Take your ass directly to hell.
So I imagine the same thing would happen to people who are stealing cars outside of churches. Like, make better decisions. Maybe go to church's chicken and steal a car, but not the actual church.
You wild as hell now. Bree.
What up? I gotta
we
go
have
to work.
Past the 8 o'clock hour.
Yeah. I gotta go to my real job now.
Yeah. You got anything you want to send the people away with?
I don't.
Not even like don't steal cars outside.
Don't steal cars outside of churches. Maybe don't steal cars.
Just don't steal. How about just stop stealing?
Yeah. Don't steal.
Stop stealing. They probably could have borrowed that ambulance.
If she needed to go to the jail that bad, she could have just asked the officer for a ride.
Bro, like, come on now. You
was she trying to go visit somebody at the jail?
Hey, look, I just remember that lady who was homeless in Decatur. Bless her heart, I don't remember her name, but she was so bold when she needed to get somewhere, she would just try to hop in the car with you.
Oh, you talking about Sherry?
Oh, you remember her name? You remember her name? Bless her heart. But you know what? She didn't steal nothing. She didn't steal
No, but if she
nothing.
asked you for some money and you didn't give it to her, she gonna cuss you
Oh,
the
it was
fuck out.
yes, it was fixing to be a problem. It was fixing to be a problem. So bless her heart. I don't know if she's still around, but
I think she
bless,
is.
bless her heart. Uh whether you are out here contemplating taking a car or an ambulance for a joyride, or whether you got to go to work and endure this Friday before you get to enjoy your weekend, whatever is presenting on today, I encourage you to make the best of it. I encourage you to take it as it comes. When those obstacles come, just go on and jump right on up over them like a hurdler. Unless you're not a hurdler, and then you just sidestep it. And if you ain't got a quick lateral movement, you just hit them with a bullshit block. You know what I'm saying? One time for the one time. Whatever you do, try some strategies, apply some things. Don't let the day run you. You run the day. Bree, why do I encourage folks to make it a great day?
Because great days don't just happen. You got to make them great.
You gotta make them great. Hey, and if you got one in you, shoot a smile across the room. You never know what to do to brighten somebody's day. Y'all have an amazing weekend. Of course, Bree and I'll be back Monday morning bright and early because it's the only way to start your day. So y'all manage this weekend the best you can until we see you on Monday morning. Until then, I am the Milkman.
And I'm Just Bri.
Woo! Be amazing, y'all.
All right.